Hey everyone, and welcome to the March 15th Endurance Training Ride. Now, for those of you that tried to attend last week, I had a bit of a back injury, so I wasn't able to ride, but that's simply due to overuse, and I'll tell you about that later on the ride. So today we're going to do another 90-minute session, broken into three 30-minute sections. So 5 minutes of warm-up, 20 minutes of work, and a 5-minute cool down in each section. Let me know in the chat where you're from. Let me know how long you're planning on staying, 30, 60, or the full 90 minutes. And I'm going to hop on the bike, get the camera turned around, and we'll go ahead and get our first session underway. So thanks for joining me today. All right, how's everybody feeling? We're going to be riding along the coast of California today as we make our way and get started up on here on our first training ride. Looks like a few people are joining in. Nice to see everybody. A little bit of a different camera this time, a little bit of a different camera angle. So hopefully that'll work out for you as well. We will go ahead and get warmed up. All right. How's everybody feeling? You ready for another endurance ride? I know it was pretty nice out there on the weekend. It was pretty nice. 16 degrees outside, so lots of people out on their bikes. Lots of people getting out when the sun is right. Lots of kids on bikes. Lots of adults who bought their bikes last year. Getting out. It's nice to see. But we really want to start getting serious now. Start getting into some training. And for those of you that have been coming to my classes regularly, you're going to notice a difference when you go ahead and get started. When we start riding outside, right, Kyle? Right, Holly? That's right. All right, we're going to do our first session here. If you're joining me for a full 90, just make sure you pace yourself. But we're going to go ahead and get started with a little bit of a 20-minute hill climb while we go through the coast of California. So I want you to drop a gear a little bit harder as we start to climb up this slow and gradual hill. Way to go, everybody. Nice and easy to start. I want to pace ourselves through this entire session today. Make sure we got to the end. I got my towel. Got your water. Got our bike set up. We're just about ready to go. All right, we're climbing a hill. So picture in your mind that local hill that you would start to climb up. Every spring you go out there, and it seems to be harder and harder to get up that hill. I don't know what it is. If it's age, maybe we put on a few extra pounds over COVID. Didn't get as much riding in as we wanted to. So we got to start getting up that hill. That's what we're doing here. It's climbing up that hill. All right. So last week, a bit of a back injury. So I had a very busy weekend before. Skied on Saturday out at Lake Louise Ski Resort. And then I brought my fat bike with me and did fat bike ride up Moraine Lake Road, which I'd never been up before. Was rewarded with a fantastic view of the ski hill at sunset as I was coming back down. Stayed overnight, skied again, and you think you're done and you can't hurt yourself, but I tweaked my back on the last run of the day. How does that make you feel? So I start driving home, realize I've got a sore back. The heated seats are definitely helping. Get home, painful. I had to move the ride to Wednesday. So the chiropractor massage didn't seem to help. I was out for a ride, some friends on Saturday. Things are much better. Able to teach the class today. All right, hill starts getting a little steeper. Drop another gear. One gear harder. Nice and steady. What'd you do on the weekend? I know we get people that join us from all over the country. So not sure it's as warm there as it was here, but I know ski season is still going. Fat bike season is still going. But we're all hankering to get outside and start doing our outdoor activities this year. All right. Nice and steady. All the way up that hill. Nice 20-minute hill climb to get us going on our first session. We hate to injure ourselves. And if we do injure ourselves, it usually can be prevented. Use it by overuse, bad technique, maybe improper fit of our bikes. You got knees or ache after. And sometimes it's just age. And we're just not able to do the things we used to do when we were younger. But what we have to make sure we do is give ourselves time to recover. Not push it too hard, too fast. Which is why in this session, I want to motivate you, but I don't want to hurt myself again. So I'm going to back off a little bit and just guide you through this routine while getting my little workout in as well. But I guarantee I'll be raring to go for next week. We do that full 90 minutes. And for those of you that are on today, some of my diehards, let me know if you'd be open to doing it for 2 hours, 4 sessions of 30 minutes each to end off this year. If I get at least 3 people that want to do 2 hours, I'll change it to 2 hours. We'll do a full 2 hours. I'll be gone for the next few weeks after that. Next week will be my last indoor session. Unless the weather turns crappy again in April. I might book some more. All right. 5 minutes indoor hill. 1 gear harder. Yeah, you can do it. Just 1 more hill, 1 more gear. As we start making our way up the hill, getting a little steeper. Like I said, if anybody's interested in doing a full 2-hour session, let me know. I'm happy to teach it. For 1 more Monday night. So you got some messages on there, but unfortunately the computer's too far away. I can't read them from here. But I'll check them here when we finish up our first session. What are your big plans for this year? Got any big rides coming up? Currently organizing the Golden Triangle here in May. Got lots of people excited to do that one. Got to get them out riding though. They want to climb the hills in BC. All right. Coming up to 7 minutes of our hill. Good job, everybody. Good job. All right. Up we go. Up the roads of California. It said California, but we're riding on the left-hand side of the road. I know it's opposite. It's opposite from where you are. It's been reversed. All right. Nice, easy cadence. 75 to 85 RPM. Nice and steady. to climb up that hill. Drop another gear. Yep. A little bit steeper. A little portion here. Just trying to get nice and warmed up. The hill will get steeper as we get to the end of the 20 minutes. Then it's going to get steeper. You may even have to stand for that last little bit to get us over the crest of the hill. Let's keep going. I'm doing about 80 RPM. Nice easy cadence, well below FTP power. Just enjoying the ride. All right. Good job, everybody. Keep going. Like we got lots of people in there today. I know I always get lots of people interested in the Facebook events, but I know schedules change. People lose their motivation. Sometimes they just want to pop in to see what it's like, maybe join the next one. We've all done that. It's always better to get prepared, put it in your calendar, and be absolutely ready to go when the time comes. Like we might have had one person drop off already. That's okay. The other thing I think that happens on this one is people come in and think it's going to be a spin session. Weights, disco music, lots of movements on the bike that I would never do outside. I've always said when I became a certified instructor at the Y last year that if I didn't do it on a bike outside, there's no way I was going to do it on a bike inside. No weights, no strange movements, up, down, up, down, up, down. No arm pumps. Many times you see people out on a training ride doing arm pumps on their bike. I agree. These sessions are designed to make you a better cyclist outdoors, not a better spinner indoors. All right, 11 minutes into our hill. Just gonna hold this nice and steady. Now it's time to get your bikes tuned up. So if you don't know how to do yourself, I'd contact your local bike shop, your local mechanic. They're going to fill up pretty fast. It's always good to have an experienced person check it over. Make sure it's safe. Make sure it's working properly. Most importantly, make sure it's clean. Chains and gears work much better when they're clean, they're lubed, and they're adjusted properly. I'm able to do that on my own bikes. I do it for several of my friends as well. But for those of you that need to reach out to the bike shops, now is the time to do it. Because in April and May, you'll have at least a 2-week waiting period, if not longer. All right, keep going. Keep going. I know. This first 30 seconds, 30 minutes always seems so hard. For me as well. All right, we're going to get a bit of a break here. The hill doesn't become so steep before it crests at the top. Ready? We're going to go up 1 gear. 3, 2, 1. Up 1 gear. A little bit easier. Still working. Still going uphill. But the slope has decreased a little bit before we have our last 5 minutes of steepness. Stay seated until I tell you to stand. I've said this before, most efficient way to climb is seated. Best time to stand is when you're cresting a hill and you want to sprint up over the top. Helps to get you over the hard parts. All right. Here we go. 30 more seconds here. And it starts to get steep on us for the last 5 minutes. All right. Keep going. 15 more seconds here. Then we're going to drop a gear. Go up over that hill. And drop a gear. Last 5 minutes. Now, everything I give you today is purely a suggestion. You have to listen to your own body. You have to know how tired you are, how much energy you have. And if you need to drop off early, take a longer recovery, that's just fine. It's up to you. Just try and do as much as you can, as long as you can, before you take those breaks. All right. Coming up to 4 minutes left. Gonna drop another gear. 4 minutes. Go. Drop a gear. Cadence will slow down a bit. Should climb for the last 4 minutes. Good job, everybody. Cheryl, are you on today? You are. Nice to see you. Kyle, I know you're there. Hank, I think you were going to be going. So, all right. How's it feeling now? Yeah, definitely warming everything up now. Good job. This is only the first of our 3 30-minute segments. Keep going. Yep, 3 minutes to go. Three and a half minutes to go. Sorry, 2.5 minutes to go. Drop one more gear. Should be pushing an 8 out of 10 now in effort. Getting up to FTP. But just over 2.5 minutes to go. Yep. 2 minutes to go now. Every 30 seconds, we're going to drop a gear. You can stand near the end, push over the top, or you can stay seated. Get ready to drop another gear. 3, 2, 1. Drop a gear. Oh, it's getting hard now. Keep pushing. Come on, this is only the first set. Get a nice 5-minute recovery after this. All right, coming up on 4 minutes. You can stand if you want. Drop a gear. Stand up if you want. Nice and easy. Not sprinting. Want to conserve your energy for this last minute. Come on, stay with me. All right, drop a gear. Definitely be feeling it now. Last 20 seconds, come on. Come on, last 20 seconds. 10, 5, 3, 2, 1, and recovery. Good job, everybody. Good job. Ontario was warm over the weekend. Good for a hike. Back to the cold today. Thanks, Mark. Montreal. Nice to see you from Montreal as well, too. And I think B, you may be one of our new Golden Triangle riders, if I'm not mistaken. Good job, everybody. Let's talk about rewarding ourselves at the end of a ride. So these, whether you're doing 30 minutes, 60 minutes, or a full 90 minutes, rewarding yourself is always key. I like to reward myself with a beverage. And this one was just released last week. It's called Dined Out from Annex Ale Project. Not for the faint of heart. It's a triple IPA, 10% alcohol. If you know anything about IBU, which is bitterness, the most bitter beer I ever had was 110. This is 133. So this is a killer, but it's a really good reward for the end of the ride. So great to see a bunch of people on here. Looks like we had another person join us here just briefly. I'm going to hop back on the bike, do a little bit of a cool down, and then we'll get started on our second session for our 90-minute endurance ride. All right. Nice, easy spin. What's going to be your reward? At the end of this ride, like to reward yourself a little bit of chocolate, maybe protein shake, going to build those muscles back up. Can't work this hard and not reward yourself. Every bike ride deserves a beer, in my opinion. And I know at least a few other people that would agree with me. All right. Let's keep going. Looks like we had a couple people drop off. Thanks for joining. I'm going to our second set here. After a cool down and another warm up. So for our next set, we're going to do a series of pyramids. I've done these before, And I know how effective they are for breaking up the monotony. So our 5-minute warm-up is going to be in a nice, easy gear, a little bit of resistance, and that's where we're going to start our pyramid. So we're going to go up 3 steps. That'll be 15 minutes. Then we're going to go down, actually we're going to go up 4 to be 20 minutes, and then down 2. We're going to start out easy, go up 4 times. That's 4 harder gears each time for 5 minutes each. And then we're going to go backwards and finish off with 5 minutes of recovery. All right. So I want you to start finding a nice comfortable cadence, 70 to 85. And I want you to drop a gear so you start feeling a little bit of resistance. 6.5 out of 10 maybe in effort, well below FTP. That's where we're going to start our pyramid. We're going to go down 4 gears from there. Let's take a look at your cog set. Make sure you got 4 gears you can pick from. You might have to go to the big ring. You might have to adjust some gears. Maybe you want to go with a small ring and pick some middle gears. But we're going to go up 4 steps and back 2. That'll give us a full 30 minutes, I think. Well, we'll go up 4 anyways. We'll see how everybody's feeling at that point. Might go back 1 and then do 5 minutes of recovery. All right, you ready? So this is step number 1. 3, 2, 1, go. Step number 1, second set of 30-minute section. 5 minutes each step. Remember, pace yourself. It's an endurance ride. You still got 60 minutes to go. Make sure you're pacing yourself in this second one. You do 5 minutes on each step. While we're in these easy stages, perfect time to grab a drink. Wipe your brow. I know I sweat a lot. Even though it's cold in my basement, I definitely sweat a lot. All right, back up to 7. Looks like we had a late joiner. Nice to see ya. Throw some notes in later. Let me know where you're from. Let me know if you have any goals this year I can help you with. Sure you pass this ride on to some friends after it's on YouTube. And join me next Monday for my last endurance section, indoor riding, where we start to move outdoors. All right, nice and easy. Nice and easy. All right. 2 minutes in. I'm going to change it up a bit. We're going to go up 3 steps and back 2. For those of you that want to go harder, I'll give you that option to go to a 4th step. But for me, and to manage my back, I'm going to go up 3, back down 2. 5 minutes each should take you right back to this section. Nice endurance ride. Strong and steady. Now, somebody once asked in a class on what's the best type of training to do for fat loss. And there was always a myth that if I do slow, long sessions, it's better for fat burning. Any kind of session is good for fat burning. If you do long endurance sessions like this, it doesn't do a lot of work on your sprints. So that's why I try to mix it up a bit. Start doing some sprint workout to build strength, a bit more lung capacity. But either way, you're still burning fat, still burning calories. And if you start working some muscle strength in there, like doing sprints and climbs, it'll help to boost your calorie consumption throughout the day as your muscles want to rebuild. All right, first step of our pyramid, just about done. Good job, everybody. Climbing a hill again. Oh, looks like we're turning off. Take a look at the sights. 30 more seconds here. And we're letting the cars go by. I think this video was shot on a motorcycle or a scooter. Not sure it was actually shot on a bicycle. That's okay. Pretty soon it'll be us outside driving around. All right, ready for step 2? 1 gear down in 3, 2, 1, go. 1 gear down. 5 minutes here. Good job, everybody. Sorry, I just had to look at an email I got. It's actually from the YMCA. As a fitness instructor, a group cycle instructor at the YMCA, obviously my classes were shut down last year. I used to do the Monday morning 6 a.m. class with all the diehards. And they shut us down. Then when they partially reopened, I guess it would have been maybe September, October, I started doing Friday mornings at 6 a.m. I'd still have 10 or 12 people in there. Well, they shut us down again in this last restrictions here in Alberta. And it finally started slowly opening up the gyms again. Currently, they're only open for one-on-one instruction in low intensity classes like yoga, stretch. Obviously, group cycle is not a low intensity workout. So I just got an email saying they're starting to plan for that reopening in the future if I want to come back and teach. What do you think my answer is? It's maybe. But nothing more motivating than knowing you have to teach a class Friday mornings at 6 a.m. That means you have no excuses. You have to get up, you have to be motivated, and you have to motivate your students to get through that 45-minute class. Nothing better than starting the day that way. Since I'm not commuting to an office anytime soon, I need to get those morning workouts in. All right. We're coming up on 3 minutes at this step. Two more to go here. Go back up to 7. Who's the fastest? I'd like to try a Zoom class one day so I could actually see everybody if you want me to. Don't have to turn your cameras on, don't have to turn your microphones on, but it would be nice to do it in a Zoom one day. So if the weather turns bad one week, watch for another Facebook event with a Zoom link this time. And feel free to join with your camera on or off. All right. Coming up on 4 minutes. 1 more minute to go before we go to the hardest step. For those of you that want to go harder, we'll give you that option. So just follow us on to step 3. The rest of us are just going to hang on step 3 for 5 minutes. Thirty more seconds. Sweat's dripping now. Good job, everybody. Good job. All right, 10 more seconds. Step 3. All you need to do is hold that for 5 minutes. 3, 2, 1. Drop a gear. Make sure your RPM is above 65. I'm doing about 78. I'm just going to hold this for 5 minutes. Then it starts to get easier. I know Kyle's on, he's a diehard. There's probably a couple other diehards on there. Don't worry, your chance is coming. All right. Keep going. 1 minute in. All right. For you diehards, I want you to drop a gear. This is your 4th step. I'm staying here. You don't have to move. You want to go harder. This is your 4th step. Drop a gear. The next minute and a half. Good job, everybody. Nice and steady. You got a watt meter below FTP. Cadence, nice and steady. I'm doing about 80. Don't worry about speed. Don't worry about distance. These endurance rides will take care of that. All right, you diehards, you got 20 seconds left. before we come back to our section. Back to level 3 in 10. Remember, if you're here, you haven't moved, stay here. The diehards are going to come back to join us. 3, 2, 1. Up a gear. We're back on level 3 with the rest of us. 2 minutes to go. Climbing that California hill. Good job, everybody. Good job. Come on, minute and a half to go here. Starts to get easier. Stay with me, come on. Just over a minute to go, you can do it. It's only a minute. Should be feeling it. Should be 8.5. 8 out of 10 in effort. Definitely having to push. Don't forget to pull on those pedals too, if you can. Push and pull. All right, we got 30 seconds to go. Just 30 seconds. We'll go up a gear to one easier. $20. Come on, stay with me. 10. 5, 4, 3, 2. Up one gear. One easier. Still working. Still got 10 minutes of work to go. This will seem easier, even though it seemed harder last time. That's the power of pyramids. Start getting the muscles used to that amount of effort. You start backing off. Seems easier when it seemed harder before. 2 more steps to go. We'll have finished our second 30-minute step. Sorry, second 30-minute section. Nice long recovery after this one too, before we start up the next one. Last one will definitely be an endurance ride. A lot more variety in it. Changes in effort, changes in pedal stroke, standing, seated, to work out all those variables. So that's what real riding is like. Rarely do you have a nice steady hill with 3 up sections, 2 down sections on the other side. This is a hill. You'd be going downhill rather than getting easier. So our last section is going to really vary it up as we change things around. Good job. Coming up to 2 minutes. 3 minutes to go. Nice and steady. Take a drink. Wipe your brow. Settle in. There's 8 minutes of work. Good job, everybody. Good job. So halfway through the season this winter, I got a smart trainer. I tried out Strava, tried out Ruby, Full Gas is another one. There's a few of them that are out there. And I like them. Ruby uses realistic videos. It's not as busy as Swift is, but Swift is in my opinion, so artificial that it's hard to get motivated riding in a virtual world, rather ride in the real world. I know they're tough to get this year. I happened to find a used one at a decent price, so I snapped it up as quickly as I could. But I think the best thing it's done for me is opened up the possibilities of my training. Because on my Garmin Edge 1000, there's a bunch of built-in workouts in it that will connect to my smart trainer. Change elevation, change resistance. So I was able to use that. And I also started, or I tried, an FTP test that's built into the Garmin as well that will automatically adjust your tension. And I was shooting for an FTP of 250 and starts out with a 20-minute warm-up. Then it wants you to do 300 watts for 5 minutes. That I could do. Struggled, but got through it. Then it gave you a nice 10-minute cool down before the final section, which was a full 20 minutes. Now, when it started, it tells you your target and tracks you while you're in your target. And it wanted the target to be, you ready for this? 324 to 396 watts. I barely do that on a sprint, let alone for 20 minutes on a smart trainer. And then when it kicked it on, it cranked up the resistance of the smart trainer so hard, I could barely turn the pedals. So I had to drop it off. At that point, cut my losses, and I'm hoping to do another FTP test just before I take the bike off the trainer and get it ready for an outdoor ride. So we'll see how that goes. All right, up to step 3, and let's go. Step 3, oh sorry, back to step 1. One easier for our last 5 minutes. Too busy talking. We went a little over, but I apologize. All right, stretch those legs out. Give the bum a little shake. Hunker down for our last 5 minutes. Now this should seem really easy, almost too easy. Good job, everybody. Thanks for sticking with me. Looks like we had a couple drop off. We were at 8 at one point. We went down to 7. We went back up to 8. We dropped back down to 6. We went back to 7. And now I got 5 of you diehards joining me for this section. You can't do the last 30. That's totally up to you. You stayed here for 60 minutes. You should be proud of yourself. Make sure you take the time to cool down, do some stretching. I'm guilty of not doing enough of that either, which is probably why I hurt my back. Take your time to recover. Enjoy the rest of your evening, wherever that may be. All right, coming up on 2 minutes in, 3 minutes to go. Hopefully they'll be able to have cycling studios open next fall. And a lot of us move indoors. Teach at the Y. I also was teaching at Peloton Cycle downtown Calgary here. Not the online company, a real cyclist studio with power meters, live instruction, and definitely a great way to get motivated for both me and my students. And the best thing about teaching a Peloton is I got to use my own music, pick my playlists. I'm a classic rock guy, Led Zeppelin, Tragically Hip, Joe Beck, Eagles. Favorite song to climb to is Kashmir, Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven. And a while back, I was doing an FTP test at the class, teaching it. And what we try to do is do 20-minute sections and measure the power in that 20 minutes. And I found a 17-minute version of Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses. Full live version. Do a little 3-minute warm-up song. Start out with this song and it builds and builds and builds and gets faster and faster and faster. So it climaxes at 17 minutes. It's a great motivator for the students. 1 more minute to go here. We'll finish section number 2. Like somebody else has joined us. We're back up to 7. 15 more seconds, sorry, 45 more seconds. Then we get a nice, easy recovery. $30. Got a little left in you. Drop a gear or two. Stay where you want if you want. You got a little extra. Pick up the pace. You're joining me for the third one. You want to try picking up the pace to start getting you ready. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, everybody. Good job. Nice 5-minute easy recovery. Keep pedaling. Keep going. You need to let your body recover. I'm going to hop back on the bike here in just a minute. If you need to drop off now, that's fine. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to enjoy your beer. I'm definitely going to enjoy Timed Out at the end of this ride. If you're joining me for the last 30-minute section, make sure you take in this recovery. And we're going to do a nice, easy warm-up before we go hard for 20 minutes in this last section. So do as much as you can. If you need to drop a couple of repetitions in that, feel free to do so. Just try and hang on for as long as you can before you take those recoveries. You'll definitely feel the extra strength if you do when you get outside. So I'm going to hop back on the bike, do a little recovery, and then we'll start talking about the last 30-minute sets for those of you that are going to join me. As we continue to ride in California. One place I miss riding in. I used to go down maybe once a year, once every 2 years. There's actually 2 places. Number 1, Moab, Utah. If you're a mountain biker, Moab is the way to go. Yeah. Hoping to get back there in the next couple of years. Drive down with some friends. Ride some rides. Got a new bike this year. Gotta go get some more beer from the Moab Brewery. Used to have friends go down there all the time and then bring me some back, but nobody's going down there now. Second place I want to get back to is Portland, Oregon. I love just riding around the town, riding the outskirts of the city. So much to explore. So many bike-friendly roads, bike-friendly pathways. Last time I was there, they had even closed down a road down along the water. They used to have 2 lanes in either direction for cars. And they closed it off to 1 lane in each direction and made a bike path in the other lane. So that's what Portland's like. Not to mention the beer scene and the beer festivals, which I hope to get back to as well. And on the grand scheme of things, trying to get over to Europe, I know some friends who want to do cycling in Europe the next couple of years and never ridden there. So I want to do that as well. Thanks. Keep going. Looks like I had one person drop off. Looks like V Solar, she dropped off. Luckily, she joined us today. 60 minutes. If you can do 60 minutes, that's great. Make sure if you're going to do the full 90 minutes, you give yourself some recovery. Tuesdays are always a recovery day for me. So on a typical summer day, I'll do a big ride on Saturday. And I might do a training ride on Sunday, or I might just do a neighborhood ride with my wife on Sunday. Then I'll come and do another hard ride on Monday. And that gives me Tuesday to recover. Wednesday is typically a training day. For the next few weeks, Wednesdays are going to be hill repeats, up and down the hill. And if you want to know what hill repeats are like, check out my YouTube channel for one of my previous training rides on hill repeats. Just find a hill, ride it as many times as you can. Try progressive hill repeats where you start out in an easy gear, and every time you go up, you go one gear harder. So you're pushing and pushing until you can only get up the hill one more time and then start going backwards, just like we did on this pyramid. Just starting going into easy gears, and you'll feel just how much easier it is as you start going to those easier gears. All right, you diehards, looks like there's 5 of you that are going to join. 30 more seconds. We're going to do a varied warm-up. We're going to change our pedal strokes in anticipation for our last 20-minute set. So, how do we warm up for that? First of all, we got to put some resistance on. So I know you're probably taking it pretty easy, but I want you to drop the gear so you've got a little resistance against your pedal. Then I want you to find 75 RPM. Now, for some of you, that may be easy. For some of you, it may be harder. I just want you to find that 75. Apparently, something's going wacky on my smart trainer. Cadence is going all over the place. All right. Doesn't matter what, it should be around 75. Now I want you to pick it up 5. 5 up. That's all I want you to do. Middle 5 halves faster. Some of you it'll be easy. Some of you it'll be hard. 5 of you on there. Feels different after those hill climbs and the slow cadence we were doing. Trying to get those fast twitch muscles working. All right, let's pick it up a bit more. 5 more RPM. All right, slow it back down 5. Slow it back down. Down to 75, maybe 80. Once you start spinning fast, it's hard to slow down. If you use resistance, it would naturally slow you down. But when you're trying to do it without resistance, it takes some mental effort to do it. All right, let's pick it up another 5. Again, a little resistance. Not working that hard. Just getting the legs working. All right, 5 more. All right. Drop it back. Drop it back again. 75 to 80. How's that feel? A little strange, doesn't it? When you're used to doing slow, powerful pedal strokes, these easy, fast ones are hard to deal with, but this is what we want to train for going down hills. So a lot of times we go on a downhill and we just want to coast. Just like this, we want to take our time, look at the scenery. And there's always time for that. Always take a look at the scenery. What about those times when weather's turning bad, maybe it's raining on us, we're still 2 or 3 kilometers from the car, feeling grumpy? We've all been there. We want to finish this ride as soon as we possibly can. Well, that's when we work on the downhills. Maybe we want to beat a buddy, so we want to get those legs moving fast, pushing enough gear to keep us going rather than just coasting. That's what we're going to work on today. We've all been in roads that go up and down and up and down, and these rolling hills that just seem every time they go uphill, they zap the power from us. They zap the energy from us. That's what we're going to work on today. Varied movement, no random timing. It's totally up to me how long we go. Some will be short, some will be long. Some of the downhills will be long. Some of the uphills will be long. That'll get us through the last 20 minutes. All right. 15 more seconds. Let's drop a gear. Add a bit of resistance. Remember, we're going to work for these 20 minutes. I don't want you to go any lower than this. Doesn't happen very often, but our first section is a downhill. So let's go. Pick it up. 90 to 100. Go downhill for the first time. If you've ever been on Road to Nepal off of 37th Street, first section is downhill. All right, keep going. All right, we start to go up. Drop 3 gear as we start to go up. Try to keep a regular cadence as we go up our hill. Good job, everybody. Good job. Now, the top of this hill gets really steep before we get to descend down the other side. So we'll probably end up having to stand to get over the crest and then sit down and pick it up for the descent. Now we're just starting our third session, so we don't want to go all out. Don't worry, we'll have a sprint near the end. This time, drop 2 gears, stand up. Let's go up the crest of the hill. Come on, follow me up. Come on. Have a few diehards that are still following along. 6 of ya, come on. Up the hill we go. Crest the top. Sit back down. Up 3 gear. Pick up the pace as we descend. Keep going. Descend the hill. It's kind of like Road to Nepal. If you've ever been there, start by going downhill. Then you got to go up a short one. Then you got to go down a long one. And you make it to the stop sign. Yeah, some of you are with me. Keep going, it's long downhill. Trying to get ahead of the pack. Slow down as we come to the stop sign. Nice and slow. We're going to look both ways. The coast is clear. It's a beautiful sunny day. And turn on the stop sign. Drop a couple gears. Get our momentum back up. And we sit back down for a slow, moderate climb. Now, for those of you from other parts of the country, other than Calgary, the road to Nepal is actually 112th Street Southwest, just south of Calgary, just by Granary Road Center. And it's a very popular place for cyclists. Spring and summer, 5 hills, 6 if you count the first hill off the road. Very popular going up, going down. Lots of hill training. That's where we're going to ride today. All right. Coming up over the crest of that hill, you can see Granary Road off to our left. Road gets a little flatter. We're going to go to a bit of an easier gear. We want to get ahead of the pack as we go up the hill. So pick up the pace a little bit. Now we're coming up, starting to make our left-hand turn. And the big first hill is the longest one. It's the one that kicks people's butt, start of the season. Center of it is a 10% grade. The rest of it's about 8 or 9, but it is the longest one. So coming around the left-hand corner, see the hill in front of us. Pick up the pace a little bit, get some momentum. And we start climbing, drop a gear. It's a long hill, at least 5 minutes. Up we go. Kyle, you know what this is like. Just gonna hunker down, wave hi to all the other cyclists. How you doing? Nice. Everybody's smiling. It's a beautiful day. Outside. There's other cyclists, wave to them. How you doing? As we start to climb our first hill. All right. 70 to 80 RPM in this one. Lots of gear. 7.5, 8 out of 10 in effort. Every time we go up a hill, got to come down a hill. Good job, everybody. You guys are sticking with me. Nice to see you. I hope you're going to reward yourself. Nothing like a beverage. Something to eat. Something to drink. Luckily, my wife is a really good cook, so she always has good stuff for me to eat after. I'm a terrible cook. I can make breakfast. I can make pancakes. My claim to fame. Waffles, too. All right, keep going. 3 minutes to go to the top of this hill. Come on. I can do it. You can do it. On our way up. Thirty more seconds. And it gets steep in that middle section, which we have to deal with. Stay with me. So drop a gear for 30 seconds. Starting in 10. Yeah, it's going to be hard. 3, 2, 1. Drop another gear, maybe 2. Push. Get above 65. I'm doing 65 as we hunker up this hill. Middle section's the hardest. Begins to even out. In 3, 2, 1, go up 2 gears. You drop 2, go up 2. You drop 1, go up 1. We're still climbing. Still got a minute and a half up to go. Keep going. One more minute. One more minute. We're halfway through our last set. With 10 more minutes to go. Keep going. Come on. Come on. Yep. Come on. Slow, powerful pedal strokes. Another 25 seconds. Then we're going downhill. Set the gears easier. Go up a few gears. Start to spin. It's going to feel weird, but that's what we do in real life. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up a couple gears. Pick up the pace. 90 to 100. Come on. Yep, that's what we do in the downhills. No coasting. All right, hill number 2. Drop a couple gears. Good job, everybody. Keep with me. I always leave the hardest sets for last. Good job. Come on. Over the halfway mark. 9 minutes of work to go. Come on, everybody. Doing great. Starting to crest. That second hill. These are shorter ones from here, but we still got 3 to go. Three to go. Good job, everybody. Keep going. Come over the top of the hill. It's time to go down again. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Pick up the pace. Ease your gears. Ease your gears. Yep. 100, 110. Push it. Drop a gear. Pick up some speed. Same cadence for the harder gear will make you go faster. All right, 30 more seconds. Then we're going to climb the next hill standing. So drop the cadence Drop the gears and stand for our next 1 minute hill. Coming up. Get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the gears. Stand up. Not a sprint. It's just nice and easy as we climb for a minute standing. When you do this, you realize how different and how much extra effort it takes to stand. Hold up your body weight. "30 more seconds. Hill number 3. All right, get ready for descent. You know what to do. Sit down. Easy resistance. Pick up the pace. Good job, everybody. Keep going. Hold it. This is a longer one. Getting to the bottom of the hill. 20 more seconds. Start hill number 4. Ready? Pick it up. Ready? Hill number 4 in 3, 2, 1. You know what to do. Hard gear. Low cadence. As we start to climb. Less than 5 minutes to go. Stay with me to the end. So we're on road to Nepal, hill number 4. Got an early start. Left the pack behind us. But there's 1 or 2 really good riders in that pack. And they're trying to catch us. We don't want them to catch us. You got to keep up the pace. Pick up the cadence a little bit. Higher cadence equals higher speed, even if you don't change gears. Now I want you to keep that cadence, and I want you to drop 1 gear. It's like the road's getting steeper, but we want to keep that amount. Keep that speed up. Keep that cadence up. Keep going. We know they're behind us. Our goal is to get ahead of them. Get to the end. We have the longest rest. Rule of thumb, fastest rider gets the longest rest. Slowest rider gets the shortest rest. I'm not sure that's fair. That's just the way it works out. Keep going up. Got another minute. Now, we see them catching up behind us. And we don't want to let them catch us. So what we're going to do is we're going to crank it up on the downhill. In the last part of Road to Nepal, before the T intersection, it's a slight uphill grade. Kyle knows what I'm talking about. We're going to sprint that to the end. All out, 100%. The harder you work on the downhill, the more momentum you're going to have to the end. Sprint as long as you can, as hard as you can. If you drop out before the end, that's fine. Just keep pedaling. I'll see what I can do. Don't want to hurt the back too much. I'll definitely motivate those that want to make it through. You got 6 of you. Just imagine 5 guys behind you. They're all trying to catch you. And your goal is to stay ahead of everybody. Yes. There's that motivation. I know you're picturing it in your head. We've all been there. People behind us, we want to get ahead. Coming up to the crest of the hill. Get ready for our downhill. 3, 2, 1, and go. Downhill, come on. Out of gear. Keep the resistance up. Cadence up. 100, 110, maybe 120. And just as we hit the bottom of the hill, we're going to sprint. Last 45 seconds. Do as much as you can, as hard as you can for those 45 seconds. Get ready. 5 more. 3, 2, 1, and go. Sprint. Right to the end. Come on. Right to the end. Catch me. Come on. Come on. I'm ahead of you. Got 30 seconds to catch me. Come on. Stay ahead of the group. Come on. I see you back there. Come on. 20 more seconds. Come on. Push it. Come on. Almost at the end. Keep going. No stop there. Come on. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. Well done, everybody. Well done. And thanks for sticking with me right to the end. Nice, easy cool down. Nice, easy gear. Cool down for a bit. That was definitely a hard sprint at 45 seconds. I felt it. I'm sure you felt it too. All right, good job, everybody. Happy to be teaching you again. Don't forget, make sure you do some stretching. Make sure you grab something to eat. Make sure you grab yourself a beer or a beverage of your choice. I'm going to savor my triple IPA. But you may choose cider or wine, maybe your beverage of choice. Or, like I did in dry February most of the time, maybe non-alcoholic is your beverage of choice. It's totally up to you with what you decide to do. Don't forget, join me next week, next Monday, for my last scheduled indoor session. If you want to do a full 2 hours, let me know in the chat or let me know on Facebook. And if I get, let's say, if I get 5 people who said they're going to come and do 2 hours with me, then I will do 2 hours. But you need to commit to doing the full 2 hours with me. Again, same setup, 30-minute sections. And then I may do another impromptu session depending on the weather. But like you, just like me, I'd rather be riding outside. It's pretty hard to do YouTube live events when you're outdoors. All right, so I hope you had a good workout. Let me know in the chats how it was. Let me know, comment on Facebook. If you have any questions, please let me know as well. Always happy to give some advice. And as we finish off another couple of minutes. I hope you all are safe this cycling season. You all get the rides in that you want. You're free of injury, and you're able to enjoy the summer like I do. This is Richard with bikesandbrews.ca. Thanks a lot for joining me today.